Howdy gang. Welcome back to Darkwood. I totally skipped last week, for a good reason. I just got a little distracted. Well, it gives us something to talk about. I've got a little list of things. Mostly small things, but still a list. And we just got to the Act 2 area, which is the swamp. It's a large-ish area, but this is the only area that I know of, so this may be our last session of Darkwood. I want it to be, at least. Not that I'm not enjoying the game, but spooky season's almost over, you know, we're in the middle of November. So this is Swamp. We got some guns. Haven't really used them too much, but we really should. And yeah, it didn't save any of our unpacking progress. I don't remember how this shit goes. Can't open this crate till I get rid of the shell. Only a separate individual word, shell thick goo light, yeah. Backpack. Tobacco. Okay. I mean, this looks like the room, right? Got barricaded window, one entryway. There's the stove. Gotta light the oven, don't I? No. Oh. I can probably, like, safely barricade that door, right? That one just needs to be repaired. Where's the workbench? Got a free lantern. It's nice. The axe. Pills away. Tape. Tape. More pills. Keep those down here. I can find them easy. I don't have a medium caliber gun just yet. I don't need all this ammo on me at all times. But I didn't bring any wood? What the hell is wrong with me? Man. Alright, this one doesn't seem too bad. Like, if this door is repairable, it'd be perfect. Nah, we got like 3 lamps. That one's locked. Needs a key. That's concerning. You have like a locked room in your house. Not that this is our house, but still. Gotta spend the night there. it's one of them. Oh boy. Get me out. Oh boy. Yeah, remember how I took that perk that decreases your vision after you get hit? Feeling those effects. Fuck! That's my fault. I really should have medicine equipped to my hotbar. Like, realistically, the Molotov's probably gonna do more harm to me than good, like, in the moment. I kinda just have it around as a tool that I'd never use. But I might, if more shit's gonna be covered in goo. Did that chomper die? Is it because of my poisoned blood? I do remember taking that perk. Like maybe an hour passes when you die. It's not so bad. I hadn't planned to wander too far from the base. I just kind of saw that house and went with it. Because I think setting up this base for the night is going to be very important. Focus on right now. That's a quick reload. It's not so bad. Oh, this can be sold. Small caliber mag. No. The map is outdated. It must have been prepared around 2 years ago. The woods have changed considerably since then. Moreover, it's so ragged, it's barely readable. However, I think I can make out the position of the cottage. I couldn't read all that. The compressor is broken, so if the lock on the trapdoor leading to the underground I had used to blowtorch fucking moisture, we took about 65 photos of the tree from the observation point in the vicinity of C3. Grew twice in size in a month, really quick, even for local standards. 152 hours, I'm slowly running out of oxygen. Sent 2 men to search for a nearby junkyard. Maybe we'll have to go back to spare parts for the compressor. Watch out for the cottage near the junkyard. Marked building map, someone could be living there. At least 10 locals lurking between the trees. How do they know about us? We won't be able to gather our equipment in time. The risk of getting detected is too high. We need to evac. So what is, like, military observing the first tree that started this wood? The village to the north. Cottage near the junkyard. Someone might live there. Is that, like, my goal? Found an abandoned journal in the swamp hideout, and managed to mark the village and the tree on the map thanks to it. The old journal also includes information about a cottage located near the junkyard. According to notes, I will be able to find some spare compressor parts there. They might come in handy. Does this have anything to do with the blowtorch he mentioned? Or even the flamethrower man that was mentioned in an old note? They say there's a weirdo going around with a flamethrower, but I feel like that's exactly what I would bring into an evil wood, right? So maybe he's like military or something, or like a researcher, and that might even be you. You could be the man who had the blowtorch. It could be your blowtorch. Because you are somehow connected to that door with the key, and like, you know, it seems like military stuff. So I guess you've been here so long, you've kind of forgotten who you are in the first place. That man is powerful. That's power pine saw. Ah, I see. It's one of these. Damn. I killed 3 of them, right? Oh, okay. Still a few shotgun shots. Fuck. It registered that that was there like last second. My hopes for surviving the first night are not very high. You know, it's not that big a deal. I both hate and appreciate it. Like, it doesn't feel good to not survive, but like, I like knowing that I will be able to finish this game whether or not I ever get good at it. Woo. Alright, what we've got here. Once a day I'll be able to become invisible to enemies if I stay still. That sounds pretty good. Vitality will... I will deal double damage in melee when close to death. I mean, both of those are pretty good. Like, this sounds good for like waiting out the night, but that, as I just explained, that's not that big a deal. Just having more health is fucking rad. And those close to death mean like what? Just the last pip of health, which is maybe like a lot more with increased health, or what? Healing items will be less effective. I don't know about that. Accuracy will decrease. But like currently pills just insta heal a fool, so making it less effective can't be that bad. And then like the bandages with alcohol also heal, like over heal. So making it less effective maybe isn't that bad. I feel like this is potentially a death sentence unless I get like a crap ton of shotgun ammo. Smell of grass and trees. The earth bends under my footsteps, the sky swirls pleasantly. I think it's here. Oh, I wasn't expecting this. Oh, what a life I live. It's so tragic. Come lie with me, feel the soil. The trees hum so beautifully. They seem too comfortable, I'm not sure. I'll lie down. Big chill. Big old dirt nap, you know. Type shit. What? Did I get this from taking the dirt nap? That looks like a lot of essence. I don't want to put it all in there because I high-key need wood. Blocked from the other side. Well, how do I get in? There's something around here. I don't like it. Damage compressor, refill oxygen tanks. Maybe I need that to like venture into certain parts of the swamp. It slows me down when I walk on it at least. This doorway is also not repairable, so I really don't think I'm gonna survive, but I'm at least gonna try and set up like this room here. It's going to be the panic room. All of the lights couldn't possibly go out at once. I also don't think they can be broken, so maybe I can just in front of the door and hope for the best. That window's barricaded, this one needs to be barricaded, this doorway needs to be repaired. I think this is all I can hope for at the moment. That 2 for 1. EF. WRA. Come act to us. Soon. I'm close. Is that like the character talking to himself? So is the first night safe? That seems very generous. I won't complain though, I'll take the money. I don't think I really need to buy anything. Like I brought an axe head and... did I bring a pole with me? I'm not sure. I feel like I can find a pipe somewhat easily and just... Hey. Put that back. So Ah. No! Oh, it's only half a pip of health increase, by the way. That's kind of shit. I thought it would be a whole bar at least, but nah. It's like I went from 100 to 125. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, it's like that thing from the well in fucking Ocarina of Time. Go away. Are you vomiting blood, bro? Get back here. Sort of Oh my god, the head wormed away. It's so fucked. I really would have just waited it out if I thought there wouldn't be loot. Could have been worse. The 3. Is that like the merchant? If he doesn't leave the woods? Three visitors stare at me in silence as if waiting for my move. And they look like they're holding, like, gifts. The masks kind of look like the strangers, though. Is that a 4th? I can only hear the heavy breathing of the tallest figure holding a giant bag. The tallest figure opens his bag. The room is filled with an intense smell of mushrooms. Apparently, they wish to give me something. Words are pretty cheap. So it's like a bolt action rifle that uses the medium caliber mag. Tube mag. Red egg. Got that for now. I got some bottles to sell them. I don't have a stick to make an axe in the first place, fuck. I can't even make the axe upgrade to workbench, that's probably why I didn't bring it, but... It's only a stick, I have the tape. I guess that's the harder thing to find. Might, like, live for a day with my current weapons. Scrap, do I have enough to repair the shovel? Yeah, I actually have a lot of scrap, but I think there's a second pile there. So, for the nails and bottles to sell. Sell the knife too. It's not that useful. Like I was using it as like a last ditch thing. There's an enemy that had one tap left, I'd use the knife. Really, I wouldn't use that too much either. Board this window. And I want to barricade the door. Okay. This is the stronghold. To deal with like the fences, like, is it worth building? Does it keep enemies out? Can they crawl over? Does it just slow them down? I don't know. Body. By a man wearing a helmet, his head has been severed. Did they kill the traitor? Was he trying to come to me? Do you do this? Swamp gas? It's like a real thing. There's like natural gas that swamps, and I guess they get charged somehow, and it makes like glowy lights. A lot of people mistake them for UFOs or ghosts. You know, they see like a glowing orb out in the woods. So now, like, the go-to excuse for most pseudo-intellectuals is swamp gas, but also the FBI, because it's real. That's a free heal. Love it. From book. Gina George. Look like doctor's notes. So I guess that he was here. Not doctor's notes, but like the doctor's notes. I remember seeing that book at the beginning of the game. Aww. What in God's name is that? Slow down. You're pretty, sissy boy. Oh, I think he bled out. Dead human spider. Junji Ito shit. Bros, something must have scared him off. Huge tree towering over the village. Rope to hang myself. I figure the shrine bears the signs of teeth. It's partially eaten. Holes? Holes. Holes. I like that movie. Got a map with the word holes on it. Maybe worth checking out. No, okay. I've heard him. Every day I can hear him more clearly. You don't believe me? Is that the Doctor? Orbs. They crown a huge tree through a small window in the ceiling. Lottery ticket. Oh baby, look at that lady. Huh. Why the red light? Oh, I see. Oh no, I don't want it. Fuck, I'm stuck. Is that like armor that's on him? Damn it. A wire on it, since I can make a lockpick on my way back. Where is my body? Bread. The hell's that? Like a human spider submerged in the water. Ew. Are those good lights or bad lights? It looks like it just grew light. Oh, maybe I should keep the rope on me as like a quest item. Perhaps the torch as well. Or I have a lantern, it's not that big a deal. Oh, nice. I remember reading that I messed up when I used the hotbar upgrade from Wolfman. You're supposed to like make all the ones that you could naturally and then use the one that's a consumable item to get 7 slots, but like I was just able to make 7 slots this time. Like they must have patched at some point. I feel like I had a lot more ammo on me before. Also, that light was always there. Trust. Fuck. I can't see shit. I can't see a damn thing! I could crawl through windows, fuck. Doormat with a flower pattern. Lovely. Locked. I need a key. Blocked from the other side. Ah! Fuck. Oh, I'm fucked. Not the next day, is it? I feel like it got brighter, but it would have told me. No, okay. thieves have been scratched on the floor. And I'm a thief too, I guess. Chill. Man's gotta do what man's gotta do. I think that's the way forward, but I should really run home. It said village. I was hoping there'd be like people living here that I could steal from. Not the ruins filled with half-human monstrosities. I'm still stealing from. They just don't have nice things because they're not greedy like humans. Carry a shovel in the morning if I need it. Oh boy. It's probably a good time to start going through our list, right? So, I'm gonna start with the shorter things. So, first I played a game called Maki's Adventure. You've never heard of it, I'm sure. It was very mid. See, I watched a video recently about the success story of a solo dev, right? He's Matteo, he's German. He made Paddle, which is like a janky streamer paddling game, right? Like you play with your friends and it's wacky, one of those kind of things. Yeah, he blew up with that, right? But he spent like a year or more making his previous thing, which is his first commercial project, Maki's Adventure, which looked like an action platformer thing. Did not sell, didn't have any advertising or anything, self-published, all that. And, you know, like, you're happy for him that he made a, like, successful living with his next game, which he priced at, like, $1, by the way. Paddle was really cheap. So despite it, like, selling quite a bit, he still hasn't made a livable wage off it, which is kind of sad, but, like, you know, mostly a good thing. It's mostly doing well. Oh boy. Fuck. Anyways, I wanted to support the project that he made that, you know, he spent a lot of time in and he was probably very passionate about. If I take a second to show it to you, actually, just so you get a feel of what the art style is when I say that, like, I have mixed feelings on it. Is this one, right? Like, it's kind of good, but also not. I don't know, there's parts of it that are low detail. The weird outline around the character, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but like the character himself I like he's a shark demon, that's kind of badass. His human form is a little cute, and then he's a shark. And you transform into the shark when you touch water, like that's kind of sick, right? It has lighting, which looks kind of nice, like I think it is technically in a 3D space. It is made in Unity, so I know exactly how that works. It's like everything is just like a flat plane with a texture on it, right? Like it is layered out in 3D. It's probably what makes the lighting work the way it does. There's stuff I want to sell I'm picking out. Yeah, you saw it like switch to 3D for like a sort of overworld map where you also swim as the shark. I thought that was a neat feature. Callback to like older JRPGs where to switch to like mode 7 when you're in the airship or something, or flying the dragon in Secret of Mana. Thing is, there's not very much content in the game. Like, you basically see it all in the little video because it's very short. I beat it in like 2 hours or so. There are a couple mini games that I either could have done better at, like I didn't get the platinum medal in them, or I just didn't do it all, like the fishing, because that I need to like find this guy's house key, and I could not for the life of me find the freaking key. So I didn't do any of the fishing in the like 4 spots where you could have possibly fished. No comment. There were plenty of other mini games. It wasn't like a core mechanic to fish. Otherwise, you know, mini games are just little things like throw darts, do some billiards, mix drinks. They're all just like little programming exercises, probably. You know, little small micro games he made and threw them into this game, which I totally get. That's usually what the mini games are. Nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with that. I kind of like the drink mixing one because it was like mixing colors. It was interesting. You'd have to think about how much red or how much blue juice to use to make this shade. Billiards one was functional, and it worked exactly how I expected it to, I guess. I'm just not very good at billiards. Throwing darts took some work. Got the achievement for hitting a bullseye though, so W. Oh. I have a torch. Oh, anyways, the game has a handful of boss fights. They show up pretty frequently. Like, the first area has maybe 3 in it. Usually they set it up so there's like a ground boss and then a water boss and maybe a second ground boss. It's like the area boss, you know? So, you know, you get to do it all. Each of your forms. The MacGuffins of their game are shark teeth that enable you to turn into a different shark. So you start with just the basic reef shark and he can do like a little bite attack. And then you get the hammerhead and you can smash rocks, and there's the what is it, the Mako? It's like a speed shark. He just goes really fast, so he's good for like platforming. The platforming feels pretty good. Like, the character's really fast. When you dodge, you basically teleport halfway across the screen. When you're in the water, you move really fast, and you can like do dolphin jumps out of the water at great heights. Pretty cool. All that, I think, feels really good, which is why I would say it's good that he included like a multiplayer racing mode. Sadly, there's only 3 levels that are all themed around the 3 main areas of the game, but there is also a level editor, so I can see some good fun coming out of that if you like to make your own levels and do racing with pretty fun feeling platforming. The combat, though, is a little more jank. It's not that, like, it feels good, right? Like, there's good hit feedback, there's sound effects. Not all sound effects are great, like, you saw the face of a stone golem kind of boss. He sounds like, like, it's a little underwhelming. It's kind of, I deadass laughed when he showed up. It was kind of funny to me. But, you know, whatever. It was, like, clearly Mateo mouthing it, it's fine. The weapon itself, though, feels fine. But there is one major issue with it. And that's that, shit my pants real quick. When you attack, your whole character goes like, like, there isn't like a swing animation where your weapon, you know, sweeps forward in front of you. Your whole character goes, and like the weapon, it does animate just a little, but it doesn't like reach out. But, you know, that could be fine if you like bounce back off the enemy back to where you were, and you don't bounce off. Instead, you just get teleported into the enemy and take contact damage. So you have to space yourself perfectly to not be inside them after you attack. And that's complicated. It's a pretty glaring issue. Not that anything is too particularly hard. I think maybe some bosses take too many hits, but you also attack really fast, so who can say? Like, in practice, I went through maybe like 3 attack phases on them typically before they went down. It's just, I was spamming attacks the whole time. I wish they were slower and more deliberate. They just hit harder. That would be a nicer feeling than just me like button mashing. Who are you? Bull. Fish. Wait, bloody hell, you're alive. The old man extends his hand, blindly trying to reach me. You're not from around here, eh? You cannot be, Well, all of them lads are dead. It's only me, and he finally turns his arm and grabs it. For a moment, he clutches my hand in silence. Then I hear him mumbling under his breath. I don't have anything, mate. Only this chair, bloody hell. He gazes stops somewhere under a leaky barn ceiling. What? The old man suddenly jumps up. What are you saying? I feel his long fingernails digging into my hand. Ain't no fucking tree that. It looks like a tree, but those faces, I know 'em buggers. Every single one of them so close, so fake. They're not real, they're not. From time to time, I thank God I went blind. I don't have to look at them. The old man let go of my hand to lean against the broken back of the chair. He sighs with relief. It disgusts me. It fucking disgusts me. This buggery. This fucking scum all the time. I have to listen to this pathetic blabber. Complaining all the time as if I were supposed to believe it's human. That it's me. Zoka, yeah right. He suddenly reaches towards me with both hands, almost falling from the chair. He grabs onto my sleeve. I feel his weight on me. You lad. You got your hands and legs, strong arms. I beg you, get rid of that filth from my village. I can't bear another day of that abomination, wailing and sobbing. I want it to die in peace. Fucking hell, I want to die in peace. Listen to me, I thought about it for a long time. I've had a long time to think, for fuck's sake. His eyes wide, his pupils are milky white. I can feel him clemming my coat. You need to find the basement. Yasik's basement. I remember it. It's right next to the tree. The tree is too large, so you can't reach it from the top. You've got to try from the bottom. Find the basement. And there, surely you'll find the tree's roots. The bloody thing must have roots. That's where they are. Destroy them. Pull them. Drag them. Twist the fuck out of them. You'll find a way. I know you will. The old man slides down my coat, straight into his destroyed wheelchair. For a moment he searches for his stone, but she uses it to prop himself up against the muddy floor of the barn. Thank you, thank you. The old man grabs a photograph, feels it, takes it in a small glass out of his pocket, and puts it to his eye. The road home, what a load of bollocks. The road to madness is what it is. He's blind, he can still see. Maybe just blurry. It used to be different here. First the woods changed, the trees started sprouting up everywhere. We were cut off, then the water flooded the fields, people went crazy out of hunger, they fought over food. No one lives around here anymore, anyone's dead. Only sometimes. Sometimes I hear footsteps, they wake me up at night. Sound of bare feet against the floor, and bells, sort of. They come out of nowhere, they move towards trees, then come back. They pass me and fall silent. They're like a nightmare, a bloody nightmare. Years ago, when my eyes were good, people used to pass through here. They would leave their herds and go there where that damn tree grows. They would often leave at night. so no one could see them. They went into the deep dark woods and they never came back. Some of them would say they're going home, but most of them were silent. I don't know. The lands have changed. Trees have cut us off from the rest of the world, but home was for me, as always has been here. Then that monstrous moaning abomination grew out of the ground. It blocked the passage, and that's that. No one's managed to pass through since then. Maybe people found some other place. Maybe they died at the swamps just like us. You come across some wheels, 2 little wheels, so that I could fix me chair. Maybe you could benefit from it as well. What are you going on about again? The old man leans towards me, scowling. The wheelchair? The war took me legs. Those wankers burned my house and me pigs. But it was years after the war. They said it was to fight a disease, so they said. And my Zoka, the disease took her from me. All I have is this wheelchair in this land. And it's more of a cart with wheels on it than a chair. So, what, are you telling me this tree grows people? Is that why all the, like, mutants have, like, branches coming out of their head because of tree people? Is it like a whack-whack tree, how it, like, grows babies and, like, fall? What was I talking about? Maki's adventure? The combat. I mean, yeah, bosses are frequent, like, there's enough combat, but I skipped most of the basic enemies just because of how frustrating it was. I didn't think that the bosses were badly designed or anything, it's just the melee attack itself was janky. There are potions that you can use in combat, like buff defense, healing, whatever. There's also a hard mode where you only have 1 hit, and I don't feel like that's going to be doable unless you just somehow master the spacing. Sounds absolutely ridiculous to ask. The achievements are all very, you know, proper achievement-like. So, you know, beating it in the hard mode is one of them, of course, and, like, killing a large amount of enemies, getting the gold medal in a certain mini-games, you're not gonna get them all easily. I barely got a couple of them. Actually, in the basement, blocked from inside, Mark suggests someone tried to break it open. Tree is gigantic, its bark stays in constant motion, swells up, collapses into itself as if breathing. I see human silhouettes growing out the tree trunk. They're also moving as if just from some motion. Dozens of mounts repeat their lines simultaneously, creating uniform, noisy murmur. Between the burrows, I catch a man's gaze, fixed on me. His body is similar to the other being. It seems from an integral part of the tree. His limbs are gnarlified, and his face is grotesquely deformed. He is the only one acknowledging my presence. His hand slowly raises, pointing somewhere on the horizon above the roofs to destroy the village. The man's lips are moving, but the ghastly murmur of the other voices drowns out his words. Kick the tree, hoping that the voices will go silent. Try to climb the tree. Look to the lips of the person talking to me. Even through the figure's speech closely, it is too high for me to read the lips properly. I think one of the words is radio. He said he knows these people, but they're not real. Like, people didn't get absorbed into the tree, but the tree is trying to become people. Is that what I'm to gather? Is this human instrumentality? Is that a bear? Is it all like part of the wood? Is that like what I'm supposed to get by like the eyeballs growing out of the ground and shit? Everything here is a part of it, including me. I kicked the tree trunk with all my strength, breaking a branch sticking out from between the roots. It hurts. I hear a sound voice come from beneath my feet. Face of a man who's grown into roots, completely covered in bark, his lips barely stick to the mud. His arms resemble branches. One of them is broken at the elbow. The stump bleeds for a while. Gooey substance, instead of sleeping down, slowly flows upward, forming a new arm. Try to climb the tree. The bark is slimy and soft. It creases move away from my shoes and hands. I feel the arms that protrude from the root tugging at my clothes. I'm not sure if they want to drag me down or pull me closer. I barely break free from the grass, climbing as out of the question. Barely able to make out any conversations and skull from the horrible noises the tree ties. He took everything from us. The shouts come from the old man, only a tip of his head and arms from between tightly covered bodies. You stole it, thieves. Made the dogs piss on your faces. Right next to him, a woman said, moving from the side, repeats, we were hungry, we were hungry. Another figure hiding its face under enormous roots lets out a chilling shriek. Quiet, fucking quiet, leave us in peace, shut up. He interrupts by the man next to him, his intestines hanging out from his stomach. It was your common good, it was meant for all of us, you stole it. High above, at the top of the ground, two silhouettes hanging side by side from their hands and legs grow into the trunk, trying to bite each other's faces off. I notice the little smiling face of a girl gazing at me from behind clusters of sleeping heads. Obviously the chaos around her oblivious. She studies me with curiosity. Just next to her, massive man calmly hums a melody. The lullaby drowns the overwhelming noise surrounding the tree. Alright, just shit my pants again. So, yeah, there's like the starting area, and then 2 side dungeons and a little town with mini games. And then there's the boss, which opens up after you've done the other 2 areas, and he is like a 3-phase boss that has each thing, like you fight him in as a shark, and you fight him as a boy, and then you fight him in like the overworld map, which had no combat previously, so I thought that was a really weird way to end it, but alright. Had unique mechanics at least. I didn't hate it, it was just like so out of nowhere. I feel like there were just a lot of unexplored ideas, and you know, I think a shark demon itself is kind of badass. Must have been made by the growing roots. What was that? What do you want? Leave. My feet are slowly sinking in the soft, quaggy floor. I can barely move as if someone was holding me by the ankles. The water's dark, cloudy. Corridor seems very long. Probably run out of oxygen. So I need like a diving suit. Oxygen tank at least. Okay, well, that's the new goal. I guess burning this tree, maybe it's the source of the wood, is our goal now. Yeah, I had... What? Basement's flooded, eh? Am I right? Dog's bollocks, everything's fucking flooded. He turns around as if looking for something. And what? Ah, yes, yes. Elephants fucking plonkers. Ever since elephants may, well, we've come to elephants here, you see. They live here in the eastern part of the swamp. Their huts is in the thicket, the flooded forest. Since the woods trapped us here, they keep themselves. They don't fancy us bloody elephants. They have these oxygen tanks, lots of them tanks. And if the basement is flooded, you can use oxygen tanks, eh? Yes. I could use an oxygen tank, but I also need parts. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I had like a somewhat mixed experience. Again, the platforming does feel interesting and unique. I feel like there's unexplored ideas there, so I wish the game had a lot more content. Sadly, it doesn't have much. It's got just a few hours, right? Even if you did all the mini games, you might bring it up to 3 hours, but I don't know. I bought it for $2. It's priced at $10. I think that was probably way too much for how much content is in the game. Like, you probably could have got away with $5, and I of course bought it for $2 because after I watched the video, I was like, what is this? And it was like 90% off that day, coincidentally. Probably a smart decision by him. I don't even need to do such a steep discount, but still, I was like, okay, well, I can't not buy it for that price. Yeah, I almost like it. It is like almost a unique thing, just a lacking content, you know, like some people really like The Order 1886, it just is a short game. I would feel somewhat similarly about this if the combat wasn't just a little flawed. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I think I'm gonna have to give it like a 5. Like, if it focused just on the platforming and didn't have combat at all, 6. If the combat was not flawed and you didn't keep accidentally hurting yourself, 6. Because they had good platforming, right? Like, it stands out. I had a somewhat above average time doing that, but it was just that one frustration that I have to, like, dock a point for. It would. Yeah. Alright, next on the list was Spiritfarer. These are not fresh thoughts, right? Honestly, it's maybe been 2 years. I just, like, uninstalled the game because, like, I'd never feel motivated to go back to this. I stopped playing it because it just wasn't all that interesting. And I eventually decided to just cut it. I'm not gonna go back. But, like, it's nicely animated. It's, I guess you could call it like a cozy game, you know, one of those type things. It's not a farming game. Instead, you're the Spiritfarer, like you ferry the dead into the afterlife like Karen, except you're not Karen. Karen's a different character in the game. No. So it's kind of a Metroidvania, like you have a boat and you drive it around to islands and you can get new powers. And you can use like your hat as like a parachute. That's one of the first ones that you get, right? And it makes platforming abilities. There isn't any combat though, so it's only platforming for the sake of exploring and gathering materials. Which you then do little mini games to craft like gifts and to make like habitats and facilities on your boat, like more crafting stations to make different kinds of things. And when you go to these islands, you will pick up a spirit of someone who hasn't moved on, and they're gonna like stay on your boat while they do like self-discovery. And you're supposed to take care of them, so your boat is kind of like a mobile hotel. You gotta make them stuff to keep them happy, and you gotta give them the right house. You can upgrade their house. And the whole thing is like Tetris, kind of, like the weird shaped houses, and you have to kind of fit them into your limited space that's on your boat, and you can expand the boat, and you get upgrades for the boat to bring in the new areas, like the icebreaker was one of the first things I had to build to get out of the first sea. I think there was some kind of special point you got after you, like, finally dealt with the spirit's problem and you brought them back to the origin point to go into the afterlife. I don't remember what exactly. Maybe you just got a special resource for something. I don't know. It's been a while. I maybe finished 1 or 2 spirit's journeys before I just gave up on the grind. The whole thing's a big grind. I would say it's very similar in nature to While the Iron's Hot, which I mostly enjoyed. But there's like a lot more different mini games. It's not something that you just like get into and master. Just like one thing. They don't have much depth to them. You do it a lot. I feel like there are a lot of periods of time where I'm just like wandering back and forth looking for something that I can do while I'm waiting for the things meters to go up so I can ferry them across and get what I need to progress the story further. I don't know. I will say that the animation is very good. Like, it does do a good job like conveying emotion and stuff. It was very sad when I got rid of my first guest, even though I technically helped them. You know, the whole thing's cute. If you don't like combat and you want just like whimsy and stuff in your video games, it's fine. Corpse of some unlucky bastard's been tied to the tree. It's fine. The whole thing's just a big grind. I feel similar to it that I did with like Infinity Nikki. I just thought I would like the game a lot more because I did really like the animation, and I do like other similar games. Like, I play the farmy, cozy games a lot. I just didn't enjoy the activity you were doing in this one, I guess, so... And that's that. Mom? The fuck was that? Holy shit! Get me out. If it's just this, I can take him. You just throw a leg at me? Oh, fuck. Bad. How much does my nail board do it? Nah, yeah, they ain't shit. Dead banshee baby. Is the dead banshee baby? I think we're good. Probably could have barricaded that. Would have been smart. Maybe I will. Ah. Hey, stop that. Damn dogs. Knock it off! Hey. Why there's so many fucking dogs? Holy shit. Oh! Yeah, I don't know what else to say about the game. Like, it's been too long for me to have detailed thoughts. Again, I just wasn't enjoying the activity. I thought the animation was very good. Obviously, I dropped it, so, like, it can't be higher than a 5. Very middle of the road, nothing to draw me back. I don't think there was anything necessarily wrong with it, other than just nothing. Like, it is subjectively, I didn't like it. No, that's not the oven. Take this bottle, give me shotgun. Okay, what else is on the list? Dating afternoon? Okay, so I didn't necessarily drop this, I just didn't complete it per se. I don't understand the game, I'm gonna say, like... You know, I talked about the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa before, right? And I ended up enjoying that game, despite it feeling kind of aimless. Like, I felt like that was like a ludonarrative dissonance kind of thing. Like, the aimlessness of it was kind of the point. It sold the story in the end, right? So this is by the same developer, and it's about Seiji, who's a Yakuza who just got out of prison, and he has cancer, so he only has like a short time to live, and he's trying to make it to the top before he dies, I guess. So, you know, right out of prison, you go back to your patriarch, get some work, and you do like one job, and then you're set free to do the sandbox, and it really doesn't tell you anything from there. If you just wait around for a certain number of days to pass, some bullshit goes down, and you'll end up in like a fight with a different clan, or your patriarch betrays you or something, I don't remember. But if you are doing things right, and you're talking to the right people at the right time, the story will progress, and then you just have to make the right choices, and sometimes these choices are very subtle. And you just did something wrong, and then someone betrays you, and you end up on a different story path, and... it's cool, these are all different outcomes to the story, they're valid ending, it's just like frustrating that like I thought I was doing everything right and I still end up failing. Nice, I can upgrade the bench with that. Aside from that, there's like the pretty solid beat-em-up combat still there. All the moves are unlocked from the beginning because you're professional, not a high school kid. You got like your stance, there's like parries, there's grapples, there's a couple super moves, you space things out right, or you do certain inputs, ways to counter each type of enemy. Some got swords, some got guns. You can take the swords, you can get your own gun. Different types. I don't know, it feels great, alright? Yeah, I love it. And the soundtrack is once again phenomenal. It's just like lo-fi beats to fucking thrash to. It is so good. Like, I think maybe day 2 or 3 you have like a dream sequence where you just like fight until you drop. And it's got like the chillest soundtrack. Oh my, it's so good. And they added like a brawler mode in later if you want to just experience that for a while. I think the sound effects are nice too. Like when you grab someone, you like break their arms, it was like, and you just like fold them into a fucking pretzel. I mentioned the gun. What's interesting about the gun is that when you get it, your accuracy is really low. But there's like a shooting range in the back of the store that you got it from. This is, of course, taking place in Japan, so guns are illegal. It's like a real back alley black market type deal. But if you go to the shooting range, you can sit there and practice hitting the targets, and that like gives you gun experience, which will permanently increase your accuracy. Normally, like, wires. Your crosshair like bounces up and down. You have to hit the button at the right time to hit wherever it is, and that area that it bounces gets thinner as your gun skill increases till eventually it's straight. So it's weird that you have to grind it out every time you start a new playthrough, which is pretty frequently, but like you can get it to be accurate in a day. Kind of a hidden mechanic. They do advise you to go train, but they don't tell you that's gonna like actually help you like that. You do have to buy ammo, so it's not recommended to do that because you also have to pay for your hotel rent every day. You can like customize your character a bit, and you like use sunglasses or change the color of your coat or something. Like a little clothing store. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much the sandbox. You gotta eat, take care of yourself every day. Your maximum health decreases because you're sick. With the, you know, the big K. So that means you gotta be your wildest right at the start, really, because the game's only gonna get harder. It does not get easier. You're not learning new moves or anything. Damn. So aside from just talking to the right people at the right times, and you can very easily miss it because it is on a very strict schedule, you can also start like turf wars just by beating the shit out of other gangs when you're in their area. And from there, you just have to like wipe out all the dudes in a zone before the day ends without getting knocked out yourself, and then you claim it. Once it's claimed, you have to go there and pay your guys to increase the like protection of the area so it can defend itself when you are not there. Otherwise, you have to watch for invasions and keep the turf war in check. Most gangs have like 2 areas under their control, and the turf war is dynamic after you've started it. But once you've claimed their 2 gangs, you'll get like a message while you're riding the subway with like a picture of their leader, and you have to go and like look for them and kill them, or a captain. I think you maybe do like 2 captains and the leader, something like that. The only way to kill him is to use the gun, which makes some sense, I guess. So you gotta, like, find them out in the world. You gotta identify what shop they're in and what time of day and stuff like that, and then pull a gun on them and shoot. And I don't remember what happens if you fuck up, because I never did. Like, it's very hard to find the people. You gotta pay attention to every little detail about how they're dressed and stuff. Dead lizard protrudes from the corpse's mouth, judging from the stuffed cheek neck. More of them can be found in the throat. Ew. Yeah, again, none of this is explained to you. I kind of got the hang after a while, and I had a pretty decent run where I thought I made it maybe halfway through the story before I got fucked over again. And that was, like, my takeaway when I just stopped playing. It wasn't that I was angry, it's just, you know, I got another ending. I was like, bro, no matter what I do, I seem to get fucked over. It's a little crazy. And I just didn't like having to restart from square one. I wish you had, like, save states or something. That'd be great. If I could revert to the previous day or something, undo a choice that was very easily missable. Like, that's how it usually goes. It would have been awesome. You know, I played a decent amount of it, like 10 hours. You know, solid number of runs, maybe like 3 different endings. My first few runs all ended the same because I didn't understand the game, but in time I started to figure stuff out. The achievements list also helped me figure stuff out. Like, there's achievements for making actual progress. It kind of gave me hints as to what I should be trying to do. I think maybe Switch players won't have access to that little bit of knowledge. I feel like the game has hidden levels of complexity that I still don't understand, but I want to say it's a simple thing, because all you really can do at the end of the day is beat the shit out of people, and that changes stuff in the world. There is a hidden system, too, with one of your friends who runs, like, a ramen shop or something. You can stash money away with him, and that money can be used in your next playthrough after you get out of jail. It's like a hidden mechanic to give yourself a little head start in the next run. Not the most useful, but like paying for protection in your areas is a pretty big deal. So again, when I said you have to be the most aggressive right at the start of the game, that helps with that, because claim as much territory you can in the first 2 days, and then pay for the most protection to get the most out of that. It makes some sense. I just hadn't played the game in a while and was like, yeah, I don't need to keep this installed. Like a thing giving me choice paralysis. You know, I'm trying to go through my list and like not have a backlog, but I have a big backlog. And a lot of it's just like stuff I got from a humble bundle or something that I didn't necessarily care about. Like, I got it at too cheap a price to really care, but still, there are things I want to play that I'm not yet. So I just wanted to stop thinking about it. Again, soundtrack's phenomenal. That's the big takeaway. If it had like a mobile version, which it very well may, I didn't even check. That would be a great way to take a shit. Just beat the shit out of dudes, some chill ass beats. So I do actually recommend this one despite technically dropping it. Like, I did not play it to completion, but I had a good time. So I had a good time with the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa too, and that was maybe a bit less confusing or less punishing at least. Also had a great soundtrack. Big logs. Right, the last short thing I had on the list was Blasphemous. I went back for another playthrough. Yeah, it's also been on my to-do list for like over a year. So shortly before the release of Blasphemous 2, they did a final update for Blasphemous called The Wounds of Eventide, which added in another ending. It was supposed to be like the true ending that ties in better and leads into Blasphemous 2. Which at first I was like, what does that even mean? Like, isn't it set a long time in the future? And it is, but you play the same penitent in silence in Blasphemous 2. And they kind of set up how he got to where he is at the start of that. So, just like last time, like, I had vague memories of the general layout of the game, but I was more or less playing blind. I had to re-explore everything. Took a bit longer than I thought, but I was also still styling on the enemies. Like, I retained most of my combat skill at least, which was always the hardest part of the game. I remember it being fairly difficult the first time I ever played, but here I kind of breezed through it. I was even, like, doing parries on the bosses. I was feeling myself. I had a grand old time. So, for Wounds of Eventide specifically, I believe they added 2 new bosses. One is from the ossuary. They added a new NPC attached to that, like the bone collecting stuff. No, I don't need that log. Maybe I need that log. I don't need that. Fuck. Yeah, so there's just an NPC attached to that now instead of you just going and giving bones to it randomly, which I like. But it also leads to a boss that comes after you collect a certain amount of bones. Not all of them, but close to all of them. And killing that boss will drop an eyeball, which is one of the MacGuffins. You need both eyes to do a quest for a new NPC in a new... It's not like a new area, it's more like a new room in an existing area. But yeah, a new guy to talk to that leads into the setup for the new ending. Without directly spoiling everything. Oh, no more essence. I guess I can sell that. Like, I doubt that most people are gonna go back to the first game just for this one thing at this point, but I'd still want to spoil everything. But I'll say that the new ending path revolves around finding the true purpose of the mea culpa, which is your sword that eats guilt that you have in the game. And this goes into, like, the saint's true intentions and, like, the truth of the grievous miracle, or whatever it's called. So, like... what was it? To activate the lift to Mother Church, right, to get to the final boss, you had to kill the 3 witnesses of the first miracle, right? And there was actually a 4th witness who was, like, blinded and silenced because he witnessed it, like, with his eyes, I guess. He knew the truth of what happened. And the High Wills didn't want that to be known, so, you know, they hid him away and got rid of his eyeballs, and when you find him, he leads you on the path to the truth, and this will lead to you, getting a special sword heart for the mea culpa, like the true sword heart, which cannot be swapped out once you put it in, but it's pretty good. Shit. Go away! So the last 2 bosses will have new phases when you fight them with the new heart equipped. And, very easy to miss, but after you've killed, like, the first of the 2 bosses, you're supposed to go back to the church where the mea culpa was made and talk to them, because you don't kill them, they, like, walk away with newfound purpose or some bullshit. If you don't do that, you will not get the new phase of the last boss. Ah, fuck. From there, it's business as usual. Like, I forgot to mention the new area. Like, all the way at the bottom of the map, there's like a dry sea or something where you fight a big snake, a big white snake. It's kind of a cool boss. Fight's not too difficult, but, you know, it had like a cool execution at the end I really liked, and it had one of the eyeballs that you needed. Oh, yeah. The ending C, obviously, is different from the 2 things entirely because it brings you to the other side of the dream. These are, like, some cryptic language they've been using the whole time that this new ending now completely recontextualizes everything that they say. And I still don't totally get it. Fuck. Yeah, I still don't totally get what they mean. Like, for those of you unaware, the whole game is like a fictionalized version of like Catholicism, how the whole religion is centered on like guilt and punishment, and you know, people find faith in like asking for punishment and whatnot. I don't know. It's weird. It's very fucked up in a lot of ways. It has like celestial horror undertones to the whole thing. I feel like those were confirmed with this new ending when you see like what the truth of the high wills is and stuff. But specifically, the concept of the dream was confusing to me. The whole world is known as the dream, and then when you go to the true ending, you're on the other side of the dream, but it's not like the afterlife. That's what they call moving beyond the dream. So, like, the whole world is a dream, then, like, is it not real? I don't know. And then, like, the high wills are dealt with by the end of this new ending, so anything that they created themselves disappears, like it vanishes into dust. Which would make sense if it was all their dream, but like it's not, because it's still the dream. Like, you didn't kill the miracle, you only killed the high wills, which are like a kind of like the Jesus to God. Like, it's a physical embodiment of the will that gives focus to something that's otherwise a random force of miraculous bullshit that could be good or bad. And, like, you know, when you give it ego, it's absolute power that corrupts absolutely, so it's kind of what led to all the punish showing up and taking over. And, you know, the increasingly more fucked up punishments happening over time. I should be able to make an axe now. Double barrel shotgun needs gun parts and 2 barrels. Makes sense. Probably retire the nail board now that I have an axe, right? Buy a second axe head. Value 3, value 10, 30, 20, I see. These to sell. I don't need the stone anymore. I also don't have value, so fuck. Right, I was talking about freaking war. So, yeah, like, is there something beyond the miracle that's the real world? I'm still not sure if Cystodia is supposed to be real, or if it's all the result of the miracle, because that's separate from the High Wills, apparently. I thought they were one and the same, but they are not anymore. It raised questions, but in a way it doesn't matter, because getting rid of the High Worlds kind of resets the world. Not totally, but like all the Punished are gone, anything made by them is gone, so it goes back to normal for a while, and it's nice. And that leads into the second game, where things, a new religion sort of sprouts up after a new powerful miracle takes effect, and a new being is born of the miracle to give it focus again, like that. And that's why you play the same penitent, like you were chosen by them to correct things, I guess. Except because the mea culpa was forged with its specific purpose, which you served, it's now gone. All that's left is the thorn that eats guilt that's left in your hand. It's kind of cool, but that's why you get to use new weapons in the second game too. Very much looking forward to playing it. I just never did because I wanted to get this new ending, and now it's like an option to play. Probably pick it up in the winter sale. Jeez. It's all very interesting. From what I know about the second game, I know just a little. They're trying to tackle, like, their version of Jesus. Like, you know, parents who could not conceive being given a child by the miracle. I think that that's very interesting, because the first thing was, like, you know, fictional Catholicism, like it was, it wasn't going to offend anyone, but I think they probably, like, treading that line a bit more closely in the next game. Very interested to see how that goes. Like, am I going to kill Jesus? Hunting rifle. Yeah, this window broke. Nice, I don't need to pick up meat anymore, and I can sell it, I guess, but it's not that big a deal to leave it on the ground. I definitely don't need to keep picking up logs. We got enough wood to last us the game. Maybe nails, but even that. Cottage near junkyard. Anyway, I thought all that was really cool. Like, I don't know what I was expecting from the new ending, but I think that the lead up to it wasn't anything too crazy. Like, it's not worth replaying the entire game, but like watching the last segment or at least getting like a lore dump on it, totally worth it. Like, they just recontextualized all the vague language they had throughout the game. They made it like solidified in meaning. It's almost like they figured out what all of it meant themselves when they made the sequel, right? But I have been like thinking so much about it since I stopped playing. I'm still like processing all of it. And that's how I got distracted last weekend, by the way. Like, I thought it was going to be a short thing. I was kind of blazing through it, but then it ended up taking longer than I expected. A big reason for that is the bloodstained content that I don't think I got to last time. I think it maybe came out like right after I finished my previous playthroughs when they added the true guilt runs, where you like took on additional penances for New Game Plus. So, I mean, they're basically just like masochism platforming runs, kind of like the challenges that were in Prince of Persia Lost Crown. Except Blasphemous doesn't really have good platforming. It's not bad, it's just there's nothing to it. Like, you have a basic jump and you got some relics to make things for exploring, but there's nothing else to it. You can do like a little air boost if you strike something while airborne and you're holding a button. It makes you go up a bit, so that's a mechanic I had to master. And that's it, really. They were hard. Some of them took me quite a while. You do those and you get a special miracle that lets you like summon Miriam. It's kind of sick. Still, it didn't have much to do with Bloodstained at all, so I'm a little disappointed with that as far as crossover content goes. Like, yeah, Miriam is present, but Bloodstained is not like a masochism platformer. Not supposed to be, at least. Yeah, you know, score's unchanged. If anything, it improved. I love Blasphemous, still perfect, 10 out of 10, whatever. Especially after playing Silksong, I'll say that it's just, like, well-designed and perfectly balanced. Like, I thought it was hard the first time I played it, but I got better at it, and now I'm just good. I'm also capable of beating, like, an old Castlevania game now, so, like... Yeah, I think that I have improved beyond where the entry-level gamer is at. It's still significantly easier than Silksong. hell? What was that? There's like an interaction that popped up there. Fish. I do have more things on the list. Those are supposed to be the short things, by the way. I realize I've been talking for quite a while. Dungeons of Hinterburg. Let me pull that up right quick while we're minimized. This one. Yeah, alright. This is what I spent most of the week doing. Otherwise, it's like a cel-shaded comic book art style. Like you can see in the shadows, there's like the comic book paper dithering with the little dots. I don't dislike it. It's also kind of acid wash, like Risk of Rain, but I mean the character faces themselves, I think they're a little like painted on. The eyeballs look a little lifeless at times, especially when they don't like blink. I don't know. So it's a neat concept for a game. Basically, there's a town in, like, I say Germany because it looks German, but it's Austria, which is basically Germany, but, you know, next to it. Sorry, I'm ignorant. You know, Hinterburg means, like, mountain town, like, literally. And it's a mountain town. And you go on vacation there because new magical phenomena happened where, like, portals opened up. And, like, goblins and kobolds and stuff started pouring out, but, like, they're not that dangerous. Like, it's chill. It's happened a few times in the past, apparently, like in the town's history. Normally someone just goes into the portals, completes the dungeons, and they close. But, you know, each time more and more portals opened up when they showed up, so, I don't know, this time they're, like, just used to it, and they made it a sort of tourist attraction. You know, someone's supposed to come and complete all the dungeons, right? That's the appeal. It's a quest. They sent out to the world. They're looking for a hero. It could be you. But it's totally chill. The dungeons are, like, just fun little things. When I said, goblins, like, question mark, a human corpse looks stuffed. Someone's hung one forward from its neck. It reads, assistance. I say goblins question mark, it's because they're not quite goblins. They're like little celestial goo men wearing the mask of a golem, like it's a Halloween costume. And that plays into like the strange vibe that the whole thing has at first. Like the whole thing is, it's a fake, it's a setup, you know, it feels like an amusement park, and that's because it is, but like on multiple levels. It's all too easy at first, very non-threatening, but the very first dungeon you go into, like the tutorial, there's an earthquake that happens and the whole thing collapses, you almost die. They try to tell you that, like, there is real danger to this, like, they can hypothetically meet. Your lack of respect is appalling. Ignoring my request has a price. Is the wolfman gonna kill me? know my generosity, you stray. I will let you take back everything you've taken without permission. All you need to do is give me some quality entertainment. Before that happens, however, you need to hand over all your belongings to my assistants. I don't want you to spoil the fun with your cheap tricks. Uh-oh. Hope I don't lose all of this permanently. I'm gonna shut up for a bit while I let this happen. Excellent, excellent. Now pick up the gift I left for you. Alright, some pills, a knife, and a table leg. Deals as follows. You will now provide me some quality entertainment by fighting my brothers. Like wolves or just things. And in turn, I will entertain you by playing on this violin I found recently. You killed the musician? Let's begin. Wolfman, why? Good. Is there another dog? You bore me, meat. Time to die. Oh, fuck. Run out of ammo, you fuck. God, he is a wolf. I thought it was like a metaphor. Do I get his AK though? Oh my god, I can't see! Fucker. You hit like a woman. Medium caliber assault rifle shoots short burst. Okay, well, time frozen there, that's good. Oh, I got time to sort my inventory, actually. Didn't need much doing. Just shuffle a few things around. There we go. Pot, search, got meat. Find meat. ate a deer casually through its guts, and he was a wolf. That's valuable. I think this is what I should leave with. And I get that to sell if I need it later, right? All this was just a sawmill. I was trying to get to the cottage near the junkyard, and I never found an entrance. Unless that's what the holes are? Like, it mentioned holes in the same map. Maybe I take the holes to get to the cottage because there is no entrance. That's my thought pattern right now. Okay. Island. Okay, back to Hinterburg. Yeah, so the danger's like low-key real. And that's what the story becomes about. I'd say like the first half of the dungeons, it's like, you know, it's a chill vacation. The music's very lo-fi beats. It's never very intense. Even when you're in combat, when I feel like it really does need to be a lot more intense, it's still chill. And like the dungeons, they're little bite-sized things. You get them done in a couple minutes, and puzzles aren't too complex. Some of them are just combat encounters, others got little puzzles. They're chill, they're easy, they're short. In the second half, they start to pick up a bit. They never reach a level of difficulty that I want, like not even to the level of a Zelda game proper. Like they'll still stay small at least, because you're supposed to do, you know, short task days, like a, you know, Persona game time management. You hang out with people around the town and get bonuses from them, and then you go into the dungeons sometimes when you feel like it. There's no time limit on your vacation. You kind of quit your job as a lawyer to go do this instead. I feel like the game would have benefited a lot from letting you customize your character, because while they do have a background as a lawyer and it does come up here and there, like I don't feel that Louisa had too much character that it was so important to the story to not make him just like a silent protagonist or let you pick from a list of things every time. I mean, you do pick from a list of things, but like, you know, I don't think the lawyerness is it's their entire character, and I feel like you should just made a custom character. It would have been nicer. Yeah, the dungeons never get too difficult, but they do get more complex. Roughly the second half, the half are kind of like throwaway easy. I think I maybe played the game wrong, because there was a fair amount of grinding I had to do towards the end. Like, I finished the game by day 30, maybe? Like, I was ready to do the end game, but there was still a lot of social links and stuff to grind out by then. So, taking all of that into account, it ended up being like day 60 something. Someone been through my workshop. Oh, that was my nail board. What the fuck? He took my shit, bro. Note from the wolf. You tricked me. You ignored my request, and action has its price. If you want to recover your things, come to an old sawmill. It can be found in the western edge of the swamp. Don't think you can do whatever you like. It's my fucking forest. I didn't take anything too valuable, just a bunch of fucking logs. Still, I'm pissed. I thought I gained this, but I just got it back. So how I would recommend you play the game is instead of doing a dungeon every day, don't. Just, you know, take the hike to the dungeon, fight monsters, grind out some materials and monster parts for the big grind quest. And then find like a scenic spot and chill out there, which will raise your stats. And then the next day you can go in the dungeon, right? Because I finished the game in about 30 days. And it took me 60 to grind out the social links, and I just had to like take one more day between everything, right? I need more chill out days. And I had a boring experience at the end by just spending half my time chilling out all at once instead of spacing it out better. Does that make sense? Other than that, it was alright. Like, the powers were fun, unique. Yeah, every area has, like, a spell stone you find. It gifts you 2 unique spells for that area and any dungeons in it. Which means when you go to a different area, you have different magic to work with for different puzzles. So you only pair together 2 spells at once, sadly. I wish there were more, but at least they use them together. Like, somehow the level of complexity is higher than Hogwarts Legacy. I just feel like they could be explored to a higher degree if you were mixing the powers. Which they do, kind of. Recently, they released episode Renowned, where it's like a prequel. You do these little rifts, which are like proto-dungeons that appear randomly. Maybe they were going to grow into full-size ones if they weren't closed quick enough, or something like that. I don't know. It expands the lore of the universe. But you play Renowned, who is one of the characters you can hang out with. He's like a professional slayer. He looks like a badass. He takes it all very seriously. He's French. He fights with a big sword. I actually like playing as him because his moves are like heavy and impactful feeling compared to Luis's one-handed thing. It's very chill, casual. Anyways, in those rifts, you have randomized spells. Not randomized, but, you know, they're mixed. You get a different set for each of the 7 rifts that you take on in the prologue expansion. So, like, we do get to see what happens when you mix the bomb with the goo cube. Which is something I thought would be an interesting combo, because you could lift the bomb with the cube and knock it around, or like you could roll it down a hill and then the cube can block it and stop it in place. Like there's things that you could do with it that you just weren't able to do in the main game, so it's nice to see that they were explored at least a little. And some of these risks, while they tell you like lore-wise, they're supposed to be smaller than a dungeon. Some of them were about as long as the mid-sized ones, though a handful of them were just like big combat encounters. Which, again, goes back to me saying they never reached a level of difficulty that I was satisfied with. I think they were kind of trying to address that complaint with the episode Renowned, where these were just like hard, complex puzzles and explored some spell combos they didn't get to work with before. And I really liked it. Shit. It's close enough that I can try. You're probably wondering why I'm not shooting my gun, and the answer is yes. Why am I not shooting my gun? At least I'm indoors, I'm like, I can't see. But when I'm out in the forest, I don't know. Nice, a whole shovel. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go. I swear. Run past the hideout? Is this not the hideout? Damn it. Anyways, there's like other places in the world that have dungeons, so there's adventurers all over the worlds. Though Hinterburg has the most by like a noticeable amount. Still, there's like room for a sequel where you maybe go all over the world instead of just to different places around a town. You go to all kinds of different environments. You know, maybe you go to the Dungeons of Egypt and the ones in Hastings. Maybe there's some in China. I think they could be cool for a sequel. I hope that you're able to take your magic with you, though. Not well. I'm glad the episode Renowned exists. I think it's a good challenge and some extra, extra exploration of mechanics I liked to see after the game ends. Even though it's a prequel, I think it's best played after you finish the main game. Did I lose all my ammo, bro? Fuck. No, I must have dropped the bag. What do I need to upgrade my weapons? Two pipes and tape for less stamina, or do I just want more durability? Like, I feel like that's the best thing. More scrap metal in a pipe. And for the double barrel shotgun, I need barrels. Maybe that should be my priority. I feel like I might find one of the barrels and weapon parts, but I'll buy one for now. Okay. Yeah, I think I just played the game wrong. I otherwise had no right to. Is this the doctor? Someone scratched out word liar into the helmet's viewfinder. Weird book. Drawings of fungus. Maybe he's just a researcher. Not the merchant at all. Yeah, okay, here's my shit. I will say I liked talking to most of the tourists. Like, I thought that it was kind of like meditating. A lot of them were very insightful in a way. It kind of like changes how you look at video games in a way, right? Like, this whole concept of a slaycation is, I mean, it's kind of fun, but like, it's what we're doing. Like, what am I doing right now? Am I not just taking a vacation to this shitty ass swamp full of mutants and killing them for fun? It sounds a little cynical when I phrase it like that, but like, this is a relaxing thing. It's a unique experience I paid money for to have just for a short time. It's a memory that's going to stick with me probably forever. Like, it's a vacation. Every video game I play is a vacation. Mom wishes I traveled the world or whatever, but like, I am doing that. I'm traveling other worlds that I think are more interesting than our own. Is that cringe? Is that a cringe thing to say? I mean, you know, it's true. This doesn't match the real experience of going to a fucking swamp. But, like, if I had both those experiences, well, this would be, like, peak, right? Like, it would... Having been to a swamp in the middle of the night, it would have greatly enhanced my immersion playing this thing, right? So, you know, let's not discount real-world experience. They can go together and work off each other. I have been to a bog, just not at night. I didn't think it was very scary. It was like a class trip, so, you know. But it could be. Oh, fuck.
What the hell? Did you rip my intestines out, bro? Like chains. Right, I didn't talk about the combat at all, aside from, like, the feel, but it's pretty simple. You have a light and a heavy attack. The heavy attack builds more mana, so you can cast spells more often, but there's, like, light building. The cottage surrounded by barricade, mail, old furniture, and rusty barbed wire, probably stolen from some fence. Fuck! Yeah, there's light character building, so like whether you focus on attack or magic will depend how often you will use magic. And I think area-specific spells too, like the ball lightning you have in the swamp doesn't do very much damage. It's small little ticks, but it's nice to have at least. And then like when you're on the mountain, you have the snowboard that does like a firewall. Also doesn't do very much damage, so there you might want to focus more on your melee attack, but the beam is pretty good. It's hard to dodge when you're using it. Yeah, stuff like that. You also have like vacation stats, like your amusement and your familiarity with the area and stuff, and those have no immediate effect, but when you get like endgame charms, which are little things you equipped in a box to take up spaces, and you can get crafting materials to shrink them, take up less space. The endgame charms that you get, usually from completing a social link, will usually have like a bonus, like a scaling bonus from your vacation stats. So those help with your scaling later on, but they also have like unique effects. Like the first one you're given is like witch time, so you do a dodge and time slows down. And there's one that does like backstabs. And, there's not too many unique ones, but there are a few. And just otherwise small stat changes. Heal when you kill an enemy. And then there's the equipment itself, which modifies stat in various directions. There is, like, endgame gear that's just definitively good, which you get from completing social links as well. Otherwise, you have, like, the melee and the magic one, and a balanced one, usually. And there are, like, sockets on them, so you can enchant them a little, add some extra bonuses. Yeah, that's all like customization. There's also like a costume shop if you want to customize your appearance just a little. Your default outfit shows your equipment though, which I like. It's not like the coolest, but like at least you can see your equipment. I like seeing visual progression. The other ones do not show your equipment. Damn, why are there so many fucking traps? Holy shit. Someone's behind the door. Can you hear it? Shush. Hey you, who are you looking for here? You're not from that goddamn village, are you? Prove you're a good man. Fix our generator and I'll open the door. I'm okay. What do I need? Scrap metal? Disarmed all your fucking traps. And we'll give some of it back. Alright, what's up? Thank you for fixing our generator. You can come in. Hey, thanks. Elephants. Alright, these are the elephants. They got breathing tubes. Makes sense. The air is filled with a suffocating sweet odor of rot. Who are you? The woman wearing a heavy ruined coat. Her voice is surprised by a cracked gas mask she's wearing. Can you speak? Did someone take away your voice? Two children hide behind the woman. The woman, one eyes me nervously. Cowering in fear, the older one just stands there motionless. You're not from around here. I would have recognized you. We may keep to ourselves, but I know everyone here. I would never forget your mug. Younger child pierces me with his eyes. This steamed visor of his gas mask betrays his rapid breath. Your gob looks like that because of this fiendish air. Do you know? I bet you can't speak because you didn't keep your mouth shut when walking through the woods. These trees and plains are simply beautiful here, and the bushes bloom gorgeously this time of year. But don't let the charm of this land deceive you. The devil lurks between these trees and he gets you through the mouth and nose. So the airborne infection, that's why my character looks fucked up. But what about the incense that we burn? Does that just like cleanse the air? Is it like an air purifier in the oven? Keep me from being completely turned. The older child grasps on his mother's hand, tightens. He does not lift his gaze from one of the hut's walls. And you're just going to stand there? I know you want something, you leopard demon. You're not getting anything from us. I don't trust you, leopard gob. Do you hear me? I don't trust anyone who breathes this filthy air. The woman stares at me intensely through the cracked mask. You take my, Did you take my Marknik? It was you who kidnapped him. Talk. Is that a name? Markinek? No, that cannot be. The woman stares at the floor. Greasy black hair drops down to her on her mask. It's impossible. Stupid child. He went out and never came back. He was on about his granny and will take him mushrooming. I have no idea where he is. I told him he cannot go outside. I told him that the devil will find him, take off his mask, and take him away. I would look for him, but she lowers her head even more as if observing the dead flies stuck to her coat. You want my trust? Bring Markinek back. My stupid Markinek. Find him and bring him home. Here's the key to his room. He was spending a lot of time there recently. Maybe you'll be able to find something there to lead you to him. I remember this road. The woods devoured it about 3 years ago. It used to lead to our village. I walked through it to school. The woman stares at the photo, hypnotized. The road home. My road home. Apart from these two here, and Markinek, there's one other boy of mine, a precious darling, a blessed child. The woman rests her hand on oxygen tanks. Children standing behind her. His love fills our tanks with clean air. For this, we are forever grateful to him. For the clean air from the oxygen tanks, his beautiful mask, and the book which the devil has revealed his true image. A long evil plan, my son took it away with the trees in his own hands and brought it here to us. Wait, so you like fill your tanks with the air from a child? Are you like breathing someone else's breath? Is it like a fetus that breathes? Like, what the fuck is it? The youngest child, hidden behind the woman's back until now, finally finds the courage to make a small step towards me. One little bear ate a little soup. A faint voice can be heard, and then another came in. Quiet. The woman smacks the boy in the back of the head. The punch so hard, the hood of his rubber cloak lands on the masked visor. Now, not in front of the stranger. Something exploded in the southwestern part of the swamp, made the ground tremble. Devil knows what it was. I see you're curious. Investigate if you have a death wish. I think it happened in the junkyard. Southwest? Just like he's ruined, takes a roam around the woods searching for God knows what. There used to be more of them. Guess most of them starved to death. I remember when they appeared not far from here. Must have been around 2 years ago. Around 2 dozens of them. They were led by 3 weirdos dressed in old rags. They set up camp at the marsh there between the trees. They watched our house. Stared right into my windows. The oddities. I thought they wanted to kidnap my children or harm them in some way. But when night falls, I lost sight of them. There was no one there no more. Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom. Mushroom, 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 mushroom man. Guess there's a hut surrounded by mushrooms. An old doormat I think someone uses as a bed. Old small bundle. Primitive map. So somewhere around here I gotta find the kid. I'm also still trying to get to the holes. Okay. Well, it's somewhere in this area, and maybe the junkyard is down here, because this is only a cottage near the junkyard. This says junkyard somewhere in the south, so I mean that's where I need to investigate the explosion, get the parts I need for my shit. I was talking about combat, Hinterburg, light, heavy magic, character customization. There's no blocking. You kind of just roll around and hit guys. Like, it's very sloppy. You're either the right level or you're not. It can feel like you're hitting fucking sponge, or they're just about right. I didn't think it was like the selling point of the game by any means. Just like some of it's all like, you know, Stardew Valley, nothing has a particular amount of depth to it, but altogether it makes for an interesting thing, right? And you know, I feel the same way about like the My Time games, which are only improving with each new entry, but still, like, you know, they're not, no aspect of them is perfect, but some of it's whole, so, like, it's fine. I just think that they know how to make it better, considering Episode Renowned, which is also still not perfect. It still suffers from a lot of the same issues as the main game, but, like, the swinging of the sword feels better at least. Shit. Oh, it's my healing item. I didn't lose anything. Especially while I was heading back to the base, mostly. Hopefully sell most of that and scrap metals. Gas tank. Some wood, some nail. You could probably survive a night with that, right? Maybe it breaks and I just use the axe for a bit, but I don't need to waste the resources till it's broken. Then bandages. I might have pills, but bandages. With alcohol. C. I don't necessarily want to wait around, but I also can't really go too far. Maybe it's just one thing I can kill out here, like this fucker. This is... oh, it's mushrooms. Yeah, so final thoughts, just way too chill. Some of its whole makes it like a unique thing, even if each element isn't necessarily the best. I think voice acting could have gone a long way. I mean, it always can, but like, with this one that has such a focus on, like, just chilling, talking to people would have been nice. Art style I'm mixed on. I mean, there's room for improvement there. Obviously, it was made on a budget, but, you know, room for improvement. Simple. I don't realize I had an alright time. I wish that, like, the first half of the dungeons were just more complex or difficult, so they weren't so throwaway, and then, you know, higher difficulty on the higher end. Just like, you know, maybe throw out the first two that were too basic and just shift it all a bit. Make the next ones nicer. I can see even just like DLC being made to do like the other areas instead of a globe-trotting adventure. That could totally work if they don't want to make a whole new game, but I think they should make a sequel. I do. Overall, I'd give my experience... I'm gonna say maybe if you play the game right, it gets a 7, but I'm more like the 6.5 range because I had that... because I played the game wrong and had an unenjoyable time towards the end where I had to just chill every day because I was at the last dungeon and just had so much work to do. By the way, there is New Game Plus if you want to play the game wrong and then just replay the game. New Game Plus does scale to a higher difficulty if you want to keep getting loot, though like most of the unique stuff is gone. What the fuck? Come in. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's something I didn't know, but there are like a couple unique weapon abilities you can unlock in New Game Plus, which you do need to get for the achievement, but you can get that in like just like the first couple days of playing. It's really not that much of a thing to do, which I do have all the achievements because of that. Oh no, the door's barricaded and my weapon's broken and I'm struggling. I'm just gonna die. It's chill. Sorry. I know they're not doing that much damage, but your attacks get interrupted. Maybe I should have tried the sickle. That probably would have been the smartest thing. I kind of forgot I had it because I still haven't swung the damn thing. I wonder how it does swing. I'm gonna try it now. Oh, it's a combo. It doesn't interrupt attacks, but it's like fast. probably on time. I had a feeling that this was actually going to turn into a two-parter because there's a lot going on in the swamp, but there's more going on than I anticipated. Now it's time, yeah. 3:15. So realistically, I'm gonna find this kid. Could take maybe 20 minutes or so, and then the junkyard maybe has a boss in it or something. I don't know what's up with the holes yet. And there's whatever goes on after we do the tree. I can see maybe this going for another 2 to 3 hours. I think that maybe we should stop now. Because, you know, it's the start of the day, like the game just saved. And I will try to be back next week. We'll see. Like that's like the week before Thanksgiving. We might have something going on. Probably not, but again, we'll see. I'm trying, alright? It's streamers are very lazy because we don't want to stream. It's like it's important that you never let me make a subscription, alright? No Patreon or anything. Because I will not be responsible. Unless I make this my job, but that's very unlikely to ever happen. Anyways, I will hopefully see you next week, and we will hopefully finish this game before spooky season's over, and then we can be holly jolly in space. See ya.